This is 12 News at 10. I'm Troy Hayden. Tonight we're learning more about a 17-year-old mother-to-be from here in the Valley who was shot and killed while on vacation in San Diego over the weekend. 12 News journalist Gabriela Becerra spoke with the teen's family in studio now with an update on this newborn baby that actually survived this shooting. Gabby?
Well, Troy family tells me the newborn baby girl is still fighting for her life in a California hospital tonight after being delivered in an emergency C-section. The baby's mother was 8 months pregnant when her family tells me she was shot and killed.
She's genuinely like one of the sweetest people.
17-year-old Jariah Edwards brought a smile to everyone who knew her.
She's just recently started kind of growing into herself and becoming, who she was supposed to be.
Over the phone, Jariah's aunt told me her bright and loving niece was ambitious and talented. She was preparing for a moment she dreamed of, becoming a mom.
She was so excited.
With her baby girl due in just a few weeks, the entire family took a trip to California.
We just came to get away, to just enjoy each other.
But it was on vacation that their lives changed forever. Jariah's ex-boyfriend, identified by police as 21-year-old Trayvon Williams, unexpectedly showed up at their rental home in San Diego. Williams allegedly shot Jariah in the head and ran away. Williams was later arrested after police say they found him hiding in a nearby neighborhood with a semi-automatic gun.
Things like this are preventable. They can be stopped before they happen.
This is the third shooting involving a pregnant teenager from Arizona in the past 3 weeks. According to a 2025 national study by the Society for Maternal Fetal Medicine, homicide and suicide are the #1 cause of maternal deaths in the United States. Tanner Swanson with The New Leaf says stress can contribute to an already dangerous relationship.
There's a lot of factors, I think, at play that make it a higher risk situation.
Jariah didn't get the chance to name or hold her daughter, but her family tells me they're standing by the baby's side and will always remember the beautiful life that brought her here.
Her legacy is that her daughter is going to be everything that she wanted to be and so much more. And she should be proud of that.
And Williams, who is also reportedly from Phoenix, is being held in the San Diego County Jail without bail. As far as Jariah's family, a fundraiser was created to help them pay for medical expenses for the baby and other essentials. We have a link to that on 12news.com. In studio, Gabriela Becerra, 12 News.
Gabriela, thank you for that. New tonight, we have new information about a 6-car crash in Phoenix that sent several people to the hospital. Police are saying now that 2 men, a 26-year-old and a 33-year-old, were both impaired and speeding near 16th Street and Thomas just after 7 last night when they crashed into several cars stopped at a red light. The 33-year-old was seriously hurt and is still in critical condition. Several other people were taken to the hospitals, including 3 young children, but they are all expected to be okay. Charges will likely be filed against the drivers pending an investigation.
Drop the gun! Drop the gun! Drop the gun!
This is new video tonight showing the moment Scottsdale police shot an armed woman who went inside one of their police substations last month. Surveillance video shows 23-year-old Eva Garcia, we circled the gun there for you, walking into the McKellips District Station. She pointed a gun at a police aide and then turned that gun towards a man who was just in the lobby, ordering him to get down on his knees. Officers then rushed in the lobby and told Garcia to drop the weapon. She didn't. Instead, she pointed it at police, and an officer then shot her. She did survive, but she's now facing multiple charges, including attempted murder. After a days-long search, Pima County sheriffs arrest a suspect in an early morning shooting that involved their deputies. Just before 6 a.m., deputies were called to a home in West Tucson. There were reports of shots fired, and when crews got there, they found 3 men inside the house. One of them, 18-year-old Ibrahim Kafi, ran down a driveway and ran away, pulled out a gun, and shots were fired, but he wasn't hurt. He continued out into a desert area where deputies lost sight of him. Deputies found him around 5:30 this evening and took him into custody. He's now facing multiple charges, including resisting arrest. A woman fighting for her life. She was shot in Guadalupe. Maricopa County Sheriff's Office says deputies were called to the Guadalupe fire station about 1:30 this morning. And when crews got there, they found the injured woman, took her to a hospital. She's still in critical condition. No information on the shooter or what was behind this. A person is killed in a house fire in Pine Top, northeast of the valley. Crews got to that home on Apache Trail just before 2 this morning. They found heavy flames there. One person made it out of the home okay, but another was trapped inside. Firefighters got that person out and took them to the hospital. Unfortunately, they did not survive their injuries. They died. The resident who first escaped is still in the hospital as well. Investigators believe the source of the fire could be some sort of electrical issue, but they're still investigating. Meteorologist Chris Dunn is here now, and Chris, warmer, but we didn't quite get to triple digits today, did we?
Yeah, not quite there. Yesterday was the first official day where our average high is 100. Today, we only managed 99 degrees. The normal high, again, 100. The record, 109 back in 2001. We're still at 90 degrees right now with a light wind out of the southwest at 3 and low humidity, 12%. 100 plus all week long. That is the next big thing coming up. We've had 18 days so far this year of 100 plus. That includes the 9 we had all the way back in March. Didn't have any in April, 9 in May. A steady warming trend will take us back into triple-digit territory starting tomorrow, and that's when it returns. Mainly sunny all week, at least in the valley. We do have a chance for a few showers in the White Mountains. That's coming up on Wednesday. When you step out the door tomorrow morning, upper 60s to the mid-70s all over the place. Tomorrow afternoon, here we go, the start of the triple-digit trend, 103 in Phoenix. The rest of the forecast coming up in about 7 minutes from right now.
All right, Chris, we'll see you then. Temperatures are going up. Wildfire risk does the same thing across Arizona. Firefighters dealing with a range of conditions here as well. Vegetation, the weather, the terrain, they all play a role in how crews attack a fire. 12 News journalist Tricia Hendricks breaks it down for us.
Here in the Valley of the Sun and the outskirts, we see a lot of the salt cedar and the low-lying brush. But depending on the elevation up in the high country, a dramatically different landscape, that all changes how crews fight a fire when one ignites.
Every wildfire tells a different story, written by the land it burns through.
Just a little north into Payson, we jump right into pine trees, and that needle cast becomes a different thing that you have to fight. You go a little further south and you have grass for days. It's a different tactic, a different way we fight these fires.
Incident Commander Burl Teague explains what can be challenging.
We in Arizona have every different fuel type there is.
In flatter, more open desert terrain, crews can often get ahead of a fire, cutting containment lines and using heavy equipment to slow its spread.
On this one, we're doing a lot of indirect. We're not going direct, right, because the fuels are too thick. We can't get guys directly on it. The dozers are trying to go as direct as possible.
But when a blaze moves into steeper, rugged terrain, the approach shifts dramatically. Aerial support becomes a critical tool when ground crews can't safely access a fire's path, with air tankers and helicopters dropping retardant to slow the burn while firefighters work from below. Here in Arizona, the combination of drought conditions, dense desert scrub, and unpredictable wind patterns create some of the most challenging wildfire environments in the country. And crews train year-round to be ready for it. Tiffany DeVilla works with the Arizona Department of Forestry and Fire Management.
You're preparing for anywhere at any time.
Absolutely, and I think that's a good point you brought up is, we don't just fight fire in Arizona. Like I said, we go out of state and do that. There's different vegetation types, there's different landscapes, different terrain. You're also gaining that knowledge and experience to bring back to the state of Arizona and bring back to our agency so that you can help grow and mentor other firefighters that are up and coming as well.
Fire managers say no two fires and no two landscapes are ever the same. But what stays constant is the preparation, the expertise, and the crews ready to adapt the moment conditions change.
So as a homeowner, if you live in Arizona, no matter what your backyard looks like, make sure that any dead or dying brush is removed from your property at least 30 feet. Tricia Hendricks, 12 News.
If you've ever wanted to see the great Rod Stewart, one of the all-time classic rockers, perform live in concert, now's your chance. Starting tomorrow, Today in AZ is giving away a pair of tickets to his June show here in the Valley at Mortgage Matchup Center. Part of our Text and Win giveaway. It runs all week. A new winner every single day, tomorrow through Friday. So tune in to Today in AZ. It starts bright and early, 4:26 in the morning. Grab your phone, text the number on your screen. Maybe you're going to hang out with Rod, right?